Well, hey everybody, how you all doing? Whittler Dave. Well, I want to apologize. I haven't been on here for a day or two. Been doing a lot of shows and stuff here and there. Quite busy with the business, taking in orders and stuff like that. But I just apologize. I haven't done a video in a while. Just been extremely busy. But I'm just going to whittle. We'll get back on that Santa Claus, but I thought, a friend of mine sent me a picture of one of these things. There's my version. And he goes, hey, he bought a stencil, and I told you I don't need stencils. I just draw how it is. So I told him, he goes, well, you do one. I'm like, okay. So let's just set the lines. Same thing. Just a little bit of whittling is all you need. Just get you a block of wood. This is sugar pine. It's 3/4. I like to use thicker wood, you know that, because that way I can mess with it and dip it and turn it and yada 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 and all that good stuff. But it's about 20 some degrees here in the Smoky Mountains this morning. Whoo, was I cold. Got the heater going. Heater going in the house. Yep. Wasn't going to do much today, but I have orders. Today's my birthday, folks. Today is my birthday. But there's no rest for the weary when you make everything like I do. So I took on a bunch of orders at the show and stuff like that I did. I did it at the Senior Citizen building on a place called Chapman Highway in Sevierville, Tennessee. I had a blast. Met all kinds of people. I've had a few people already have texted me and that bought from me Friday, and now they've rebought again, so I've got to make all that. I love it. I like to stay busy. I do. But anywho, we just thought this friend of mine sent me a picture, and like, okay, I'll draw my version of this. I've done a lot of jack skeletons before, pins, necklaces, stuff like that. I gave some lady that was in my shop here, I don't know, a few months ago, and she seen one up on the shelf in there, and she goes, how much? I said, she'd already had bought from me, their family and stuff. I said, just take it. Ain't like I can't make it again. You know? And anywho, just thought I'd do a really fast one. Apologize to everybody that I hadn't been on here. It's just, I've been extremely busy. And that busy's good. Busy good for an old man, right? Yeah, it was snowing pretty good a while ago. I had to run out to the grocery store and get my dog some bones and pick me up a few things. And, Brian, he's running around like a crazy man. He's busy, so I'm just, his wife's in, so they're doing things, so I just thought I'd do this simple, and I don't want to bother him. He'll say, oh, you could have. Well, yeah, I know, but it's respect. Just respect. Let's bring that ball up. Just get out and have some fun is all I'm doing today. We're just setting the ball. Yada, 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 right? Just having fun. I have got so many projects. Apologize, guys. Hold 1 minute. I've got a lot of my tools up on my table saw because I'm painting and carving and all that stuff. So, quite busy. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Nothing hard here, folks. Nothing. Think like a hat. Cut it in. These are, I call this ABC carving. Like learning your ABCs. But, you know, this is some of the funnest carving, I think. Yeah, you can get into detail and faces and all that stuff and spend hours and beautiful carvings out there. I commend everybody that likes to do that. I don't care for that anymore. I'm just a whimsical carver now. I'm old, let's face it. So, I just like to do something fun. All that stuff. Just having fun. A little chatter duty here on the hat. The old Hat-a-Rooly. The old Hat-a-Rooly. But yeah, my wife, she sewed. Our good friend Mo, who makes skincare products, all natural and natural soap, homemade soap. She sewed. So we all just had a really, 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 really good time. The weather turned out pretty decent for people that were outside. We were inside the building. So I'm telling you, it was worth it. I'd never done that show. I will do it again next year. I liked the spot. I asked the lady if I could have my same spot. I can build more for that show. It was the first time, so I will need about 4 tables next year, and I can load them all. I had 2 tables this year, and then I brought one of my own tables. So I can actually, I could put out 4 tables easily, and still have understock underneath the table if I run shy on something. That's just super nice place, super nice people. Loved it. I've got to reproduce 2 things that I made, and like I told the ladies, I said I can do it. That's no biggie. I designed it. So, but I'm not a machine, so you know it's going to be a little different here and there. It is all 100% hand carved. You know, maybe just getting that. There's your ball. See, very simple. A hat. Roll that knife just a little bit. Put them fishers in there and little doodaddies in there. I got to sit down and strop a bunch of knives. I forgot my strop, and I made Lara one, and then she had an older one in her bag, and I drove off and forgot it. I didn't bring my carving bench, my carving table, because I didn't think I'd have the place to put it. Hell, I was wrong. Remember, no one's perfect. So next year I can bring that, and I got everything on that. That's what I built it for. Ain't no setting at the tree today. It's the only thing I despise. I don't like cold weather, and then I like my door open. I like it open. I've got signs on my barn. I put signs out that people are welcomed. Come and visit me. So if you're in town, come and visit me. Because even though I got the door shut, I'm in here. I'm in here. That's just... Whoop. Very simple. And you don't have to work with 3/4. You could have had a piece of 1/2-inch bass, 3/8 bass, if you want to try that. I mean, I just like a little bit thicker wood, because then I can mess with it, bend it a little bit more. It leaves me more of an avenue. And face it, I've got tons of sugar pine. I've got scrap wood everywhere. Yada, 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 yada. There's these corners, these edges here. They'll stop biting in my hand. Yada, yada, yada. Simple one to paint. And I'll do a couple of these. Because I'm a firm believer for me that I don't think Santa Claus should be red. That's my preference. I like doing in the hats in blue, or his coats, or I make a gold, I make a green, stuff like that. Everybody has a belief in something. So, yada, 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 yada. A little deeper around this hat here. Little hat-a-rooly. Little whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-doo. Set that in just like that. What's nice about this is supposed to be rough. It don't have to be 100% perfect and everything. And I told you, I'm out of all that. I just want to wood carve, and there it is. And don't worry about it. Don't fret over it. You always hear me say that. Don't fret over it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. I did have a lot of people that... I got one gentleman that's retired, and his wife bought one of my custom handmade spoons. So, they live here. They live in Sevierville, I think it is, or right around that area. And he's made mention that he wants to come and hang out with me, and I'm like, oh Lord, I would love that. He wants to learn to wood carve, and he wants a hobby. He wants something to do just besides nothing. And I'm like, okay, come and visit me. I can fix that problem, Yes, and I may start the fire like it did when I was a kid, and you just won't ever give up. I carved all day at the show. For 2 days I carved straight. Showed people what wood carving was, what whittling was. I did relief carving. Everything I was doing is actually all by hand. I had a lot of people. I'm a maker. When I do a show, I'm called a maker. I'm just sitting there making. I want you to understand that I do make this 100%. No store-bought, basically no patterns. I just draw, and there it is. There it is. Yada, yada, yada. So I did that all for 2 days straight. I just, as soon as the boots hit the ground, I set my table up. It was already set. I just kind of straightened it up, changed some things around, put out business cards, and then boom. Brought my broom. Did bring my bucket, but the trash can was really close to me, so I didn't have to bring it home with me. I was able to get rid of it. That was good, because I make a lot of wood shavings, and the ladies that was beside me, I apologized at first, and they said, oh no, they love it. It brings people, because I'm a maker, and it brought people to their table, and it brought people to my table, and it brought people to Lara's table and Mo's table, because we were all in one line. So it works. People like to still see this made. They want to see the artist. And everywhere I've ever done it, I feel natural doing this in front of everybody. Yada, 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 yada. There you go. So simple. Let's put this little dude right in. The little part of the hat. See, it's folded over. Do you like that pencil? Works, don't it? There you go. Yada, 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 yada. Whoop-de-doo. Do-do-do-do. Let's define this where you can see it a little bit better. There you go. Now see how simple that is? Get you no pencil ruler. His eyes are not perfect. They're kind of these weird looking things. Yep. And I just draw the mouth on there just to show you folks. But 90% of that, like I said, is just, it's you need to chatter the front. Get that all chattered up. And then draw all your facial stuff in. Nose holes are simple. Now, what you can do, you can set these lines. So when you chatter the front, you'll have a rough reference right there where your eyeballies are. Eyeball, eyeball. Yeah. Little dippy-doo right here. Get them shadow points in there. There you go. Got that down at an angle. And come over here and finish cutting that up right here. Yep. See? Simple. Very simple. No right, no wrong, folks. We're just whittling and having fun. I don't want them perfect. I don't care if you have 10 that looks the same. That's not, to me, that's not true art. You should have 10 that looks different. That's my personal belief. I just want people to get out there and just don't fret over it. Don't worry about Bobby Joe down the road that's carving perfect eyeballs. You know, you got to realize he wanted to learn to do that, so he's practiced. But when Bobby Joe started, he wasn't carving perfect eyes. But that's what he loved to do, so he practiced and made all kinds of mistakes. So, if that's what you want to do, well, you start practicing. You know? And you'll have to make them mistakes and all that. And you'll end up like your old Bobby Joe one day. If that's what you want to do, I don't knock it. You know? But for an old carver like me that's made all kinds of things, nope, ain't for me. Nope. Alright, that eye needs to come over there. Like I said, you can always tell with just a little love of sandpaper. There you go. Huh, simple. Let me grab another tool up here. Think, Dave, if you'd get your tools back over on your bench, you wouldn't have to be back and forth. I know. I agree with you. This is my dog leg. You know this tool. Put a little bit more love right here on the face. The yada yada yada. little imperfection. Make that. You don't want him perfect. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. There's his nose hose. Yeah. Let's do that mouth. Yeah. La-di-da. Just something fun to do. I don't throw nothing away. Had to cut around a knot on this one. Okay. Simple little nose hole. Simple. La-da. Oh, that's the pencil, so you'll see what I'm going to do. Okay. It's like he's got stitches here. And somebody right here. Got them in there. Yeah. You can use a V-gouge. You can use what you want. I was just born and raised with a knife. That's all I was. I know it's kind of hard to see, folks, but I apologize, but I have no other way to shoot this video besides the way I'm doing it. Alrighty. This thing is basically carved. Just a little bit more love. A little dippy-doo here. Get ready. Make sure you hit all surfaces with a knife. Oh, we forgot a part. I apologize. You guys should have hollered at me. Yeah. You do that brim there. You don't want to leave that thing flat. You don't have no life to it. You know? It's flat. Okay, we're doing fine. There's so many ways you can do this. You could use a small palm gouge and put little doodaddies into it. I think we're just going to use the dog leg and put little thingies into it. Yep. Soften it up this way. Yes, I felt really guilty not getting the video out. It bothered me. I was at a Hardee's carving for 2 days when I was waiting for them to open up. Anywhere I go, folks, I'm wood carving. I don't never stop. That's just me. So I'm sitting there, Lara and I, we're having a breakfast and coffee, and if I knew how to edit, I told her if I knew how to just edit, she could have shot a good video for me, because I was there for a couple hours. I always get early. And I said, you could have shot a good video, and we could have just took all the noise out, and that would have been just perfect. Literally. I would have loved it. Okay, I'm looking for some. Oh, here it is. See, I was working on this. There's the Santa Claus. We got to get back on that, but look how much I've done to it. That heavy, shallow relief carving. Yeah, it's coming. The trees are getting dipped, and this, and that, and that, and this. Oops. Come here. Just a little old duck. I was sitting there carving at the show. Simple. Just chiseling away with my little hands. Man, I'm dropping everything today. Folks, got the dropsies today. Getting the old palm chisels out here. Trying to get this finished up. I'll paint it. We're going to do this ball. A little love in it. Just a little love. Yeah, I don't know, I carved 6, 7 pieces just and got them done. And I just got to paint them. They're all Christmas stuff. Showed a guy how to carve a simple gnome. He had a little struggle there, and so he was just beating himself up, basically. Just beating himself up. So after I showed him that, he's like, wow. And then he started doing what I showed him, and he said, thank you. I said, no problem. Take your time. Have fun. Like I told him, no right, no wrong. Just enjoy wood carving, building, design, and make. Now I drawed that about 5 minutes before I came on air for you folks. Not too bad for a 5-minute drawing. It's not. Put them baby dolls away. So, there's going to be a tad of cleanup here and there. But anywho, just a simple wood carving. Throw some paint on it. Do the hat whatever color you want. Purple, blue, red. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. If you design it and carve it, you are the artist. You make it the way you want. Not the way anybody else wants. It's your baby. Just do a little more whoopty here and whoopty there. Look for places that I've missed. Tip that down a little bit more where the ball looks like it's diving into the hat, not just with an edge there. There you go. Well, I drawed that 5 minutes ago, and little fast, little fun, fun. Just this is what wood carving is. Just don't beat yourself up. Just get out there and have fun. No right, no wrong, and believe in yourself. Reach for the stars, is what I tell a lot of my students. I do. I've had fun carving this, and I'm going to make a couple more so I can change them up. I got a Christmas show coming up in December, so I got to start building for that. I sold quite a bit of product, so I got a couple things I need to produce for myself for the show. But anywho, 5-minute drawing. Get out there and believe in yourself, folks. Have fun. Remember, no right, no wrong. Get any kind of piece of wood. Coloring books are great for patterns if you struggle in drawing, but just don't fret over it. There's no pattern. I just whipped this thing out, and there it is. Just having some fun talking to you folks. Appreciate and love everyone who is subscribed to my channel. I do apologize again for not being on here for a few days, but like I said, thank you all who have subscribed and was on to my channel and liked and sent me comments. I deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate that. from the bottom of my heart. Remember, DavePost@gmail.com. That's how you can contact me. Y'all have a blessed one. I thank you again. And Whittler Dave will just talk to you later. Thank you.